Beautiful tribe. This is a video of explanation, and you will receive a message in your emails for our group specifically, and the structure and the change that it has become available. So let's start with this journey has been magnificent. It has been so beautiful to have birthed the new earth with you, to have been on collective missions, but to also come into different layers of transcendence with self, and through the direct quantum channeling, through the different structures, the different things that we've done, self-reflections, and all of the avenues of information that is within this space. And it came to a completion in our final transmission last week, and we felt the shift. We all felt the shift, and now the new pathway is being provided. So the new pathway that's opened up is similar to what I was sort of seeing in the peripheries, and I've spent quite a bit of time developing the structure and the foundation moving forward so that it is in alignment with what it is that I have to offer as a guide, as a facilitator, an educator, and someone who's here very directly focused on New Earth energy, as well as really looking at what level of information I'd like to bring into the space, which shifts and moves the sacred exchange. So first of all, the rebrand is that Bring the New Earth Tribe is shifting to that of a creation of longevity, sustainability, and long-term opportunity for those that are feeling the truth and feeling the desire forward. So the new name and the new brand is actually called New Earthers. So that's what the group, the community in longevity, it's just New Earthers. We're going to look at many different forms and formats moving forward and really build with that of the intention for the new earth, the transitioning of our blueprint, that of purpose, that of education, that of direction, moving through many of what I would call more mystery school training for new earth individuals. So this is going to have foundations, building, direction, movement, momentum. Everything that I've come to know, be, and do will be shared into this space. So as this space shifts into the new earthers, we're going to have a month of overlay, of transition. So for some of you, you have just made a sacred exchange for this month. And so this month you get to experience the new structure. You get to decide whether or not this is something that you're ready to invest in, because it is a significant transformation, and it comes with a level of capacity and availability. So the New Earthers group is made up of a trinity of 3 energies, and those energies are creation, frequency, and support. So this is going to be a little bit more intensive because we're bringing in the element of support. We're bringing in the element of community. And so there is a level of me being way more present in this space, having conversations in our discussion board, coming in, allowing for open environment in the form of what my mystery school with the Purity of Isis is. So very much checking in, very much a sharing space, the uncovering, really getting to know each other as a community, as a group, as a brother and sisterhood of the new earth. So our divine brothers and sisters, we will be traversing in a much more in-depth and a much more open and vulnerable way. Now, that's not going to suit all of you, and that's okay. It just means that this closing, this completion is a part of you shifting out. And maybe this next month that you've already made your sacred exchange for is enough of what you need, and you might come back and circle back at a later point in time. So with those foundations of frequency, creation, and support, that is the foundations of this group. So everything will be about bringing in the frequencies for the new earth, for yourself, for your own ascension, transcendence journey, the creation focus. What is it we're creating? Where are we moving with creation? What is our collective creation? What is group creation? So we're going to be really using a lot of the CAD framework, creation focus. And then we have the support. So the support of ourself, the support of our own energetic currency, the support of each other. This is where we really do need to build community and support each other in our directive forward. This is a level up in development and movement and directive. So support is necessary. I got to a point where support was such a loud message in my environment that if I wasn't going to bring in support, that I was not able to go any further. I was not able to expand anymore. This is why relationship and different trinities, contributions, collectives are so important, because we need that for the level of transformation, the level of growth, the foundation of new earth that is required. So what is the goal for anyone who's attracted to new earthers? Well, the goal from the soul for a new earther is that they want to become blueprint embodied. Right, so blueprint embodiment is the main goal of this space. Now, that's going to look different for everyone, but there's going to be a level of blueprint embodiment. Blueprint embodiment means relationship, it means family, it means purpose, it means focus, it means personality, it means frequency. So your blueprint embodiment is the main goal of this space and the trajectory moving forward for an end result. For however long it is that you're here, whether you're in for an activation, a clearing, a purification, solidification, or full blueprint embodiment, this is what we will be moving through and towards. Everyone's timeline will be different and everyone's capacity will be different. What is the intention of the space? So the intention of New Earthers is actually to build the foundations. So foundations for the golden era. That's it in a sentence. Foundations for the golden era. We want foundations for our ancestors. We want to lead the forefront. The foundations in energy structures, mindset, creations, inventions. This is really where that revolutionary shift is coming in, of where the foundational builders of the golden era. That is what we're here for. That is what we're doing. That is the revolutionary mind, frequency, energy that will be moving forward as we transition into the trajectory. So the foundations are for that of golden era creation. And if that doesn't feel sacredly aligned or true for you at this point, then it might be time that there's a shift and there's a transitioning out of this space. So what's the difference in our presentation? So at the moment we have one weekly call and we've sporadically had a second weekly call. It has been a 60-minute frequency burst with quantum remembering and direct channeling. Now, as we move into the New Earthers, we are going to be doing a 1 week. So our Wednesday call remains the same. We still have our quantum remembering, which is our frequency like catapult, right? We're receiving this frequency. We're receiving what we need for that point of our journey. We're receiving and collectively we're giving in the above, the below, we're alchemizing. That call on Wednesdays, 5 a.m. Brisbane Standard Time, remains the same. There is an introduction into a secondary call, and this is what my foundations of what I would say my mystery schools have looked like, is that I have one frequency call and then we have one educational lesson call. And so we have a 2-hour educational lesson call. That means a drop-in with some form of frequency meditation, recalibration, DNA alignment, whatever is being called at the time. And then we go into education. Education around blueprints, education around New Earth, education around oracle interpretation. So just for you, my oracle has been offline, is back, and has a lot to share. So this is where we will look at things like the map. The map that's been sitting there so patiently waiting to be shared, is that I needed to get to this. We needed to get to this to be able to receive the information, to understand that of the New Earth Treaty, understanding our own blueprint and how we move through life in integrity, in minimal impact, or what you might call sovereignty, because that's what New Earth is, sovereignty and free will. And what does that actually mean? Where am I not in integrity with that message and the movement forward? Where am I still impacting those around me by not being the pillar of light, but instead playing God? So there's a lot of education that will happen there, and we'll go through the education and then a process. So you'll go through a process of building your blueprint, integrating your blueprint, whatever it is. It might be channeling, it might be self-development, it might be focused on purpose. Whatever our journey is bringing, we'll be going through a 3-month period. So after this first month of introductory, we're going to go into a 3-month cycle. And so this is a 3-month initiation cycle, or what we would call a 3-month creation cycle, because that's the difference. We're going into 3 months of creation, and each 3-month cycle is going to be focused on a different thing. So our first 3-month cycle, I'm not going to share with you. We're going to go into introductory and moving through that. Our first 3-month cycle will hold a specific area of life that we focus on creating in New Earth Sovereign Foundations and frequency alignment. So as we move through this, we're going to be very specifically each week making sure that we are in complete sovereign free will, integrity, sacred heart alignment. We understand frequency, but we cognitively have the action that we can build this in our own life. So this is a big life change. This is you're a new earther. So new earthers, and this is choosing new earth, if this is really truly why you're here. So with all of this is a lot of extra energy, a lot of extra creation, a lot of extra focus. It's going to take up a bit more of my capacity as an individual. And that comes with a shift in the sacred exchange. That comes with a shift in our sacred alignment. So we moved in to invite as many people into this space as we could. Now it's becoming a mystery school for New Earth. It's now becoming a creation mentorship in group capacity, which is a very big, significant transformation in your life. In my life and in the collective group. So the sacred exchange that holds the vibration, the geometry, the energy, and the capacity to actually receive what we're going to do is a sacred exchange of it's $170 US a month. But I need to be really clear and transparent. That is done in a 3-month upfront payment or sacred exchange. So what that means is that the amount of money is you've already chosen, I'm here for the full 3-month creation period. I am invested for myself, I am invested for humanity, and I am invested to this group which is based on support, right? So if that investment and that monetary value cannot be gifted in exchange for the receiving, that support, that frequency, that creation cannot be held, anchored, or in contribution. And so this is the challenge with sacred exchange, is that monetary amount actually means you can receive the frequency, you can create the creation, and you will be a supporter of the space. So it is a direct influence of what is available, what I can do. So that $170 US a month works out to be a 780, scratch that. It works out to be a $510 US for the 3-month period. So $510 US, which is a 780.29 AUD. So depending on where you are, what your currency is, what the conversion rate is, it is a 3-month mentorship, New Earth focus, quite a lot more interactive, quite a lot more energy, quite a lot more information. It has a very specific structure, a very specific intention and goal, and will require a lot more capacity. And if this capacity is for you, you'll have that ability to be able to make that sacred exchange. If it's not now, then you have a lot of beautiful foundations that you have already developed, and it's time to integrate what you've learned in this space and move forward. So this invitation is to really sit with whether or not New Earthers is for you, and whether or not you're ready to step into that next level of evolution, that next level of creation, that next level of ascension in integrated physical body form. So for a quick recap, so that you can understand exactly what it is, we are changing the name. The name is now New Earthers. You are a New Earther. And that means that we are focusing on the foundations of creation, frequency, and support. The trajectory, the intention, the goal is blueprint embodiment. So you are your blueprint, which means you get to live in complete embodied sacred heart truth. The intention is the foundations of the golden era. We changed to 2 calls, 3 hours of training a week, so 3 hours a week, plus the support platform where there's actually going to be a lot more communication, interaction, and connection, and really building that support network. And we have a different sacred exchange because we are now moving into mystery school training. We are really focusing on creation, which holds a much higher frequency. So the amount in US dollars and Australian dollars is for a 3-month period. It's 510 US dollars. For an Australian or a AUD, it is 780 Australian dollars for the 3-month creation journey. Please do share all of your questions below in our comments. Please do share whether or not this is now. Please share if you're just going to be here for the next month as we transition over. This will also mean that we no longer use PayPal or Stripe because it is not in resonance with my directive from God. It is a direct bank transfer and an international transfer. So if you don't already have that, I am looking into different payment processing, offering, exchange, donation options where I'm no longer using PayPal, and different options for that don't have a connection to our Australian taxation office, because I have no desire to work within their system, and it is true for me to be completely sovereign and in the private. So that is why that is changing. That is why all of this has come to this point in time. So if you have any questions, please do pop them, because other people will probably have questions. If you have a yes already, you're like, yes, this is a sacred yes, pop that below. If you're like, I need more time to think about it, if you're like, this is a not now, please put all of that down in the comments so that we can see where everyone's sitting. I am aware that we're probably going to lose close to half, and that's okay, because that's where we're at right now, and this is the shift that's required for the collective as a whole. I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until our first introductory quantum remembering session, which is a month of introductions of this, which will be based on the foundations of what this mentorship program group will be as New Earthers. I will see you then at 5 a.m. Brisbane on Wednesday. All right. Love you.